welcome. Today I'm going to be sorting out the strawberries I didn't get around to doing in the last vlog and planting out my tomatoes in the greenhouse. But first I'm going to plant out my parsnips, which I recently put to chit, and I'll show you what they're looking like now. So here are the parsnips. These are old seed, they're from last year, so some of them have germinated and the germination has been quite good, because lots of people say not to sow parsnips after the first year, but we have got some there. And I also need to pot up my runner beans. All but one has chitted there, so I'll pop them into big pots too. And I'm not sure if my stations are showing up on the soil, or the compost rather, but I've done 3 rows about 10 centimeters apart, and I'm just going to pop one seed into each station and see how we get on with that. So I'm beginning to feel a few picks of rain, so what I'll do is I'll just get on and plant those seeds while the weather's good, and I'll show you what it's looking like when it's done, which will just be a big patch of earth. Okay, here is the parsnip bed. It goes up to where the sticks are on the ground, and I've just covered it to stop my cats from my cat from getting on there, or any other cats that seem to like to dig in my garden. Right, let's go and see something else then. So I was very pleased to get those plants in the ground and clear away some of that Swiss chard, and I had my little helper on when to plant some strawberries with me and some beans, so that was really nice. And for the tomatoes in the greenhouse, I was watching Steve from Digwell Greenfingers channel, and he was saying about trenching in the tomatoes, so you kind of plant them on a horizontal and then have sort of the stem bit point up. So I hope you could see that I did that in the montage I just showed you. And the idea is that the root, the stem that's in the ground will root more, which will then give your plant more chance to absorb water and keep the plant healthy and produce as much fruit as possible. So hopefully his method will work, and we'll have a bumper crop of tomatoes between us. Right, let's have a look at something else to do. In this corner I have what looks like very healthy potato plants, and they are very healthy potato plants. The only problem is that these were planted last year and I just never got around to harvesting them over the winter. So what I want to do is very gently take them out, and the plants that are looking really good I will pot on into pots, and the rest of the potatoes we'll have a look at and see what state they're in and whether they can be eaten. And I do remember this variety is Desiree, or Desiree, whichever way you say it. And yeah, let's see what's beneath them all. Similarly to the potatoes, I've also got some Jerusalem artichokes here that I need to harvest and plant up some more pots of Jerusalem artichokes. And the same is true of the ochre in these 4 plants. They also need an earthing, and any good looking plants can be repotted. I was expecting to eat a lot of the ochre and the Jerusalem artichokes throughout the winter, but I just didn't get around to unearthing them. So I'm only going to grow 3 tubs of Jerusalem artichokes again this year, and I'm not sure about the ochre, how many tubs I'll grow of the ochre, but I won't grow as many this year, and then we'll probably need them then. So I'll get on and harvest those potatoes, and I'll show you what the plants are looking like when I unearth them. I have now separated the compost and the potatoes, and I have to say those potatoes did grow to a good size. I kind of wish I'd unearthed them sooner now, but never mind. I'll do the other bags in a minute. But what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to plant these up, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 plants, and I'm going to plant them around the place, and I'll show you where I've planted them once I've done it. The bags of compost have all gone now from that corner, and I've potted some on, and this is the rest of the potatoes that came out of the bag. I had sort of 4 goodish bags, and then this is the last bag, which was absolutely sodden, so I haven't gone through it properly, but it doesn't look like there was any potatoes in there to be rescued. But again, I'll go through it tomorrow when it's not so wet. And the rest of the bag compost I've just put on here just to top the bed up a bit. And then the 3 potato plants I have put in here. Hopefully they'll grow quite nice in there. And then the other 3 I have put down the bottom here into 10-litre pots, but I'm not sure if those 10-litre pots are big enough. We'll probably, if we get any, it'll be small potatoes and a small crop from there. But I didn't want to commit any of my other big pots to the potatoes just yet, because I'm going to plant my tomatoes to go in the greenhouse in my big pots, as well as my cucumbers to go in the front greenhouse into the big pots. So I need as big a pot as I can to fit 2 plants per pot. So at the moment I'm limiting all my big pots, and once I've got those cucumbers, tomatoes and aubergines in place, then I'll know what I can use for those. So I might end up transplanting those Desiree potatoes from those 10-litre pots to bigger pots if I've got pots available. So how many more times am I going to say pots? Pots, pots, pots. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed catching up with what I've been doing in the garden. I'm pleased to have got a lot of those jobs done, and hopefully join me next time where I'll be getting more jobs done. So that's it from me for today. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing and commenting if you have done so. I really appreciate it. And all I can say about my work today is lovely job, and take care everybody.